Hi, I'm Lara Jade and I'm a fashion and beauty photographer based in New York City, and I'm a Canon Explorer of Light. On today's video, I want to give you a little insight into what's in my camera bag and hopefully answer some of those questions you may have about what gear I use and why and which shoots I might use them on. So diving into the camera bodies themselves first, I have two bodies in my kit. I have the beloved 5D Mark IV, which has become pretty much my workhorse camera for the past few years, and since has become my second body in my kit because I decided to upgrade to the Canon R5. Now, some of you watching this might be a type of photographer that jumps to a camera body right away and gets excited about new products. But with me, I actually become really attached to my old cameras. So with this camera, it took me a while to want to test out the new R5, but immediately when I tested it out, I was extremely impressed with the eye and face tracking ability. And that's what really sold me on this camera. As someone who does portraits, fashion, and beauty photography and primarily focuses on the eyes, and I take a lot of shots, I'm shooting a lot of content, it's really important for me to make sure the eye is in focus. So apart from all the other great things about this camera, the image quality, image size, the eye tracking was really something that sold me here. So I have this as my main body right now. I use this for all of my commercial shoots and my editorials. The reason I have two bodies is because of reliability. On any shoot, any commercial shoot, it's important for photographers to have a number of bodies in their kit. Believe me, things go wrong. It happens with my lighting, it happens with my camera equipment. You use it all the time, you know, something's gonna go wrong. So I have the 5D Mark IV as a second body in my kit if anything was to happen. Now in the future, I might upgrade to both R5 bodies, but for now, I love having both of these in my kit. Now diving into lenses, now I have two systems of lenses in my kit. I have the EF series, which is the older lens series, and I have the RF series, which is the newer series. But many of you probably want to upgrade to a new camera system like the R5, but you're worried about investing too much on both the new lens system and the body, and that's normal. So what I did first when I first got the R5 was I went ahead and got this nifty little piece of kit, which is the Control Rink Mount Adapter EF to EOS-R. So when I had the EOS-R as a testing out camera, I used this, and it also works for the R5. So this enables me to use the EF series lenses on the new camera. And I haven't had any problem with linking the older series lenses with the camera. Quality is excellent. I haven't run into any issues. So this is a great piece of kit to have in there. So I'm gonna run you through the RF series lenses first to give you a little insight. And this is the heavy boy here. This is the Canon RF85 1.2 USM lens. Now, any fashion photographer, any portrait photographer will tell you that 85 is excellent for portrait, like cover shots because of the perspective. This to me, even in the EF series, was my sharpest lens, my most reliable lens. It's something I almost always had on my camera when I was shooting more portrait, even for beauty, because beauty, not all the time do we want to be super cropped into the face. We want to give ourselves some space to enable to crop into the image afterwards. So this is the RF85. It is excellent piece of glass. If you're going to make one upgrade to the RF series, I'd say go for this one. The next one I'm going to show you is in the RF series as well, and this is the 24-70, and it is the IS USM lens. And this is really a reliable lens, because if you're thinking about the whole variety this lens gives you, it goes from 24 all the way to 70mm. If you're gonna buy one lens, I always suggest getting a zoom lens like this, because it covers you for full length shots, it covers you for landscape, it covers you for portrait. I would say if any fashion photographer asked me, what lens do I get first? It would be this. It's excellent for both outdoors and indoors, and it really covers you for most things. So that is the RF version of that. Going to the next one in the RF series is the 50mm, and this is the 50mm 1.2 USM lens. Again, excellent piece of kit. It's a little bit bigger than the EF series version of this. I think anyone that opens this and has that older EF version will be surprised at how big it is. But again, just excellent quality, excellent piece of glass, and perfect. The 50mm is perfect for cover shots, for full length. Again, gets you a wide variety of different crops and variations there. I primarily use this when I'm doing cover shoots, when I'm doing editorial shoots for full length, and that to me doesn't give too much distortion in terms of full length shots. So going on to the EF series lens, my next three here. So I'm going to show you probably my most used lens for beauty now. Now this is the Canon 100mm 2.8 Macro IS USM lens, and this is probably the one that I use most in terms of close-up beauty. Because it is a macro lens, we're able to go really close to the eye, close into the cheek, the whole face. It gives a great perspective for beauty. I would say if you're getting into beauty photography, you don't want to avoid this lens. It's something I avoided for years, and then someone was like, hey, why aren't you using the 100mm? You want to get more into beauty. And I got it and I was like, why was this not in my kit earlier? So this is a definite go-to if you want to get into beauty. And then going back to my EF, again, we have the 24-70 version right here, which is the same as the RF version. The reason I have two is obviously because I'm upgrading to the new series right now. But again, a workhorse of a lens, it really does work from all different perspectives, from your wide angle all the way to your portrait at 70mm. And if it was one lens you needed for your kit, I would say go for a zoom lens over a prime lens and then build your kit from then. This is the Canon EF50mm F1.2 USM lens, and as you can see, it's a bit smaller than the RF version, but one of my favorite lenses. It really is a great lens for, again, cover shoots, portraits, if you want a little bit of distortion. For any cover shoot I do, I definitely want to give myself space around there for cover text, such as the layout, so I would always opt for using this particular lens for that. What else is in my camera bag? The 85, this is the last lens in my kit here. As you can see, I have 4 EF and 3 RF lenses. So this is the last EF version. So this is the EF-85 1.2 II USM lens. And for portraits, even for beauty, this is just such a great lens. And even when you shoot wide open, the quality is just incredible. Team that with the Canon R5 and it's dreamy. So let's go in and look what else we have in here. I kind of keep my kit very minimal. I mean, there's a lot of gear in here and it's definitely getting full. But in terms of accessories, I'm not someone that throws in a lot of fancy accessories. I did recently purchase this guy, which is the battery grip BG-10. And this enables me to get more juice on my R5. On long commercial days, such as commercial shoots, it's usually 10 hours, sometimes longer. So you can imagine the night before, I'm usually scrambling to charge at least 4 batteries, and my assistants are charging them the day of as I go through them. So this is a really, really great piece of kit to get a little extra juice while you're shooting. So going through, I have about 4 camera batteries in here, and I have a memory card holder as well, which features a lot of different memory cards. Now, when I'm shooting, I tend to shoot into Capture One and I'm tethering. So it's not often that I'm shooting to card unless I'm on location. So another part of my camera bag that I'm not showing here, because it's a separate kind of bag per se, is just my tether cables, my tether lock for my camera, because I'm tethering to the computer. And that's primarily because I'm a commercial photographer. A lot of the time there's commercial clients on set and they want to see the screen. So I don't have a huge amount of memory cards and things like that in here. So hopefully that was helpful. Hopefully it gives you an insight into what's in my camera bag. If you do have any questions, write them below and I'll answer. And don't forget to like and subscribe Canon's YouTube channel.